Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. It's Sunday. It's Sunday night. I'm in London. That's London in the background. I'm not in Bahrain now. I'm back in London. And I am leaving for Australia for Sydney tomorrow. What does that mean? That means I'm coming home to Porsche. I guess that most people that watch my channel are into Porsches and they're into 911s or they're into Caymans or something like that. But you know what? It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months. Sorry about the weird reflection. I can't get rid of that tonight. It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months that I haven't been with the 997. I haven't driven the 997. I left the 997 back in Sydney in end of June 2019. So pretty much almost 6 months ago. Like I said, we leave London tomorrow. We get to Sydney 2 days later because Sydney's so far away. And yeah, so reunited with the 997. So what's going to happen in Sydney? Well, when my computer screen's off, it's better. That's better. What's going to happen with the 997 in Sydney? Well, first thing that's going to happen is I fly into Sydney. I arrive on the Wednesday morning. Jet lagged, because when you fly to Australia, if you haven't done that flight, it knocks you around, especially when you haven't done it in a while. Anyway, so fly into Sydney, try to get reacquainted with the time zone, reacquainted with our house, reacquainted with the car. There's water restrictions in Sydney. I would have given it a wash over because it's been sitting under the cover for 6 months. I'm gonna have to use a bucket of water if I want to clean it. I suppose that's what you have to do. There's a lot of water restrictions in Sydney due to the fires. And then on Thursday morning, I take it to Autohouse Hamilton, the Porsche specialist, just outside of, not outside of Sydney, on the other side of the bridge in Sydney in a place called, well, I guess it's in Chatswood. Chatswood, no, it's in Chatswood. So I take it to Autohouse Hamilton. Those of my viewers from Sydney will probably have heard of Autohouse before. So I take it to Autohouse and I get the major service done. So the major service is done. Pretty weird really, because the last major service I had done was when I picked up the car in 2017. I've actually had the car in January for 3 years. It's quite crazy, 3 years. From my very first video, which I'll put a link here, those of you who haven't seen it, most of you have. 3 years when I'm talking about trying to be sensible buying a 911, I now have the 911, except I'm never with it. So it's like not having a 911. It's a very weird situation. Oh, sorry, I'll bleep that out. It's a really weird situation. So the car goes in for its service. The short shifter kit that I bought from Design 911 UK here last Christmas, I'm getting that fitted by Autohouse Hamilton, which is going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that. So the short shift reduces the shift by, is it 20%? It's the 997 short shifter kit. It's available. It's a Porsche part. I didn't get a third-party part. It's a Porsche part. If you watch my video when I was driving my friend's GT3, which apparently I wasn't driving it very fast and I wasn't driving it the way it was supposed to be driven. I know that, it was my friend's GT3, but if you look at that video, I am scared shitless because it's my mate's GT3 and it's absolutely amazing. The shifter in Steve's GT3 is pretty frigging amazing. It's amazing. It's the, and I can't remember the name now, I'll put it up. I always forget names lately. What's wrong with me? I'm getting old. Too busy, too stressed. What's the name of it? Anyway, it is so short. I don't think the 997 short shifter kit is going to be that short. I might do a quick video actually, if Steve's okay with it. I might do a quick video comparing his short shift to my short shift. Numeric, his is numeric, of course. Numeric short shifter, mine is just the 997 short shifter kit. It's not the GT3 one, it's just the 997. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. I almost bought the stainless steel sills to replace my sills. I didn't do it. I got caught up buying watches and buying other things. I also bought a new GoPro so I can shoot some better videos in the car. I bought the GoPro Hero 8, so that should be on my doorstep in my post box in Sydney when I get there. So I'll have a new video to do in-car video, so that's great. New video, new camera. Hopefully it's good. I use the little Hero Session now, so I'll use the GoPro Hero 8 now, and I can use the Session as a second camera. And I've also got my really old GoPro, which I use on the exterior of the Porsche because I always worry that it's going to fall off and I'm going to drive over it. Yeah, so there's drives planned. I'm planning to do the paddy drive again with my friend. I'm planning to go, obviously, I'm going to go up the coast at Christmas and stuff to visit my family, which is the north coast in Australia. So there's a few drives up there. It's not very far away, but hour and a half, 2 hours out of Sydney. So I'm going to go drives there. I've got to get rid of the tank of fuel that's in the car now. I'm always conscious when I get back to get that fuel out of the car to burn it off. It takes quite a bit to burn a full tank of fuel off, even in a Porsche. But I really do need to do that. I don't think I'm going to get rid of the fuel before I take it in for the service. I don't see any major issues with the service. The car was pretty much perfect when I left, touch wood. Hopefully there's nothing too much wrong with it. I do know that the brakes will eventually have to be done, the brake pads. That's one expense that I can't avoid. They've lasted me these 3 years. I think they'll be okay till the next service. I actually think they'll be okay till next year. But yeah, so that's one thing that would have to be done in the near future. Apart from that, I don't see any major issues. But I'm really looking forward to getting back to the car. Like I said, I've got a very weird situation at the moment, and I know it's first world problems and all that, but not having the 911 in Bahrain and not having a decent car is really getting to me. It's really getting to me. So when you're away from home and you don't have your, I don't know, your comfort things, I guess, the things that make you happy, it makes life and it makes work very, very difficult. I need to get a Porsche in Bahrain. I need to stop buying watches for a bit, and I need to buy a car. But I still haven't found one that I really like. A 997 Turbo came up just recently, actually just yesterday I think it was. Terracotta colored interior, 2009 Turbo black. It's not bad, it doesn't have a price on it. Turbos fetch still reasonably good money in Bahrain. There's a convertible, there's a white convertible for sale, a 991, red top, red interior. Couldn't do it. There's a Targa, silver Targa, once again, full red interior, red steering wheel, red dash, everything. I don't have a problem with red interior when it's half and half. You know, it's really funny yesterday. I was telling Natasha that I don't understand this thing in Bahrain in the Middle East, actually, where all cars seem to have red leather interiors. And it's full red leather interior, which I've said before. Steering wheel, dash, the whole thing. I don't like red as a color. I know a lot of people do, and I know it's a sport car color. So we're kind of talking, we're in London yesterday, we went to do a bit of shopping, and I was telling Tasha, I said, you know, what is it with Bahrain? I walked past 4 Porsche 911s, and I'm not kidding you, this was very funny, because by the time I get to the 3rd or 4th one, they've got red interiors, they've got red leather interiors. I think I'm missing something. I think I'm missing it. It must be a cusp of a trend or something, or it's something you have to do, because I'm missing something. Also, it also worries me if you did, you know, the only way you're going to get the car to the spec you want in Bahrain is by buying a new one, by speccing it yourself. But then if you spec'd it with a black interior, or you spec'd it with an interior that wasn't red or wasn't tan, I think you'd actually have problems selling it in the Middle East, because I'm not kidding. I think that it has to be that color. So I think if there is one that came up with the half black and the red, you know, the black and red interior, but it's in blue, it's in sapphire blue. And sapphire blue and red interiors for me, it's just a bit too much. Terracotta is also a bit too much. I don't mind the full tan interior. I think on like Cayennes or Macans, the tan interior in them actually looks quite good. Even in a 911, I don't really have a problem, depending on the exterior color, if it's like black or the midnight blue or something like that. Anyway, it's a challenge getting one in the right spec when you're buying something secondhand. I know that happens in every country, but I think it's the culture of the Middle East, and it's the culture, it's people's taste. People's tastes are different in every country. So in Australia, you know, most of the cars that come up for sale are black with black interior. Silver with black interior. White with black interior. People don't go for colored leather or anything too out of the ordinary. Bit scared there. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. This is just a quick update video. Thanks for all the support. I know a lot of you have been supporting me without Porsche videos, and I know there's been some varied videos coming up on the channel. You know I like watches, you know I like tech, you know I like design. So the channel originally started with videos like that. I put a few in here and there. I know there's been a lack of 997 videos, Porsche videos, but they're gonna come. Any questions about the 997, let me know in the comments. If you're in Sydney and you have a 997 or you have a Porsche, tell me in the comments. If you're in Sydney, maybe we can do some kind of meetup. Oh, I say that and I've got no time. Maybe, I say maybe. But anyway, thanks for watching. Short video today. Back to the Porsche in London, back to Sydney on Wednesday, and back to driving the 911. I can't wait. I can't wait when the service is done, short shift is fitted, and it's just driving perfectly. And also to hear that wonderful exhaust from Mr. Pfister, Darren Pfister's sports exhaust. I know James at Auto Amateur just fitted the Soul Performance exhaust to his 991, and that sounds absolutely amazing. But he was an original Pfister person as well when he had his 997. But that's James's video. That's my video with the Pfister. The first mod you should do in your 997 really is the exhaust. If it doesn't have the PSC, the sports exhaust from factory, do the exhaust. James took a bit more effort in his. The Pfister is a simple way. But Darren Pfister's exhaust, Pfister Sports exhaust, is the best, one of the best mods, and I've said it before, best mods for the 997. That's it for now. Going out to dinner, going to a place called Ivy Garden here in Canary Wharf. It's pretty good. Of course, you know I like my steak, so I'm going to have a steak. And that's it. Till next time, talk to you in Sydney. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.